Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello
Hello everyone.
We are from the State University of Jakarta, majoring in chemistry, class B. Today, we are going to make a very interesting chemistry experiment. Yup, it's a colored oil lamp. This video is dedicated to our esteemed lecturer, Mrs. Irma Ratna Kartika, as a lecturer in an English course.
In this video, we are going to talk about our basic science experiment. Before we move on, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Adya Raihan with my friend.
I'm Shirly Harissyah.
Okay, without any further ado, let's talk about the experiment.
The purpose to make this experiment is to find out what reactions occur in the manufacture of this lamp and the differences that can be seen when using different acid indicators. Okay then, let's see what basic principle we use in this experiment.
First, what is chemical reaction? A chemical reaction is any transformation from one set of chemicals to another. In chemical reaction, electron can be transferred or shared to break and form chemical bonds. In the physical changes and chemical changes, the number of atoms of each element is the same both before and after the process occurs. In physical changes, atoms maintain the same arrangement, they become molecules and compounds. In chemical reaction, atoms form new products, molecules and compounds. And there are several types of reaction, such as synthesis, decomposition, double replacement, single replacement, and others. How did the colored oil lamp form? So, the colored oil lamp is mixing acid, base, oil, and food dye. Merge each of them separately. The mixing acid and base can lead to float oil and may form small bubbles, which is colorless oil, are flowing to the top and to the bottom. And the manufacture of a colored oil lamp is simple and it is closely related to the mass type. Because of that, we must know about the definition of its density itself. What is density? Density is a value that indicates the magnitude of the ratio between the mass of the object by the volume of the object. The density of pure water is 1 gram per cube centimeter. Density of oil is 0.8 gram per cube centimeter. Density of acetic acid is 1.05 gram per cube centimeter, and density of citric acid is 1.66 gram per cube centimeter. Next, we talk about the base or the alkali of the colored oil lamp. It is sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate is formed from reaction between ion of sodium and ion of bicarbonate. Sodium and bicarbonate ions are normal constituents in human body. Bicarbonate is the principal buffer of extracellular fluid and saliva. When sodium bicarbonate is dissolved in water, it is ionized and form bicarbonate ions, and it will react with H+ ions from the acids.
Next, metathesis reaction. What is metathesis reaction? Metathesis reaction, sometimes called a double replacement reaction, is a chemical process involving the exchange of bonds between two reacting chemical species, which results in the creation of products with similar or identical bonding affiliation. You can see the equation of metathesis reaction in the image at the top of the slide. Metathesis reaction is divided into several reactions. One of them is the gas formation reaction. Reaction between an acid and a carbonate or bicarbonate always yields carbonic acid as a product. which spontaneously decompose into carbon dioxide and water. The release of carbon dioxide gas from the reaction mixture drives the reaction to completion. Next, we are also using the concept of weak acid. A weak acid is a substance that partially dissociates when it is dissolved in the solvent. In solution, there is an equilibrium between the acid, HA, and the products of dissociation. There are so many examples of weak acids that we often use in everyday life. For example, citric acid and acetic acid. Citric acid. Citric acid is an organic compound with the chemical formula C6H8O7. It is occurs naturally in citrus fruits. In biochemistry, it is an intermediate in the citric acid cycle, which occurs in the metabolism of all aerobic organisms. More than 2 million tons of citric acid are manufactured every year. It is used widely as an acidifier, as a flavoring, and a chelating agent. Okay, let's move on to acetic acid. Do you know what acetic acid is? Acetic acid, systematically named ethanoic acid, is an acidic, colorless liquid and organic compound with the chemical formula C2H4O2. Vinegar is no less than 4% acetic acid by volume, making acetic acid the main component of vinegar apart from water. In households, dilute acetic acid is often used in descaling agents.
The necessary materials are baking soda, food coloring, oil, bottle or jar, and acetic acid solution. First, 62.5 ml of acetic acid solution is taken from its place and pour it to the jar. A little bit more, and there you go. Next, 3 until 4 drops of food coloring is dropped into the acetic acid solution. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oops, that's too much, but it's okay. Next, the jar is filled by the oil as much as we want. Don't fill it too much, okay? Next, 1 tablespoon of baking soda is added to the jar. And now, we are just waiting for the result. Enjoy the bubbles. This is what happens if we flush the jar. This is how it looks on the dark. So yeah, that's it for the methods.
Okay, let's move on to see colored oil lamp with citric acid in the making. To make colored oil lamp, we need to prepare some materials such as 1 tablespoon of baking soda or sodium bicarbonate, 3 until 4 drops of food coloring, 52.53 grams of citric acid, 1 cup of oil, and the last one is unused bottle. Next, after knowing what the ingredients is, let's take a look at the steps of manufacturing. Enjoy! In conclusion, after experimenting, the reaction that occurs is a gas formation reaction, where the gas formed is carbon dioxide. If we compare the differences between the two lamps, it can be concluded that in the colored lamps using vinegar, the bubbles produced larger and denser, while the bubbles produced by a lamp using citric acid are very small and appear a lot on the rim of the bottle. In addition, in this experiment, the position of the oil remained above the acid and baking soda solution. This is because the density of the oil is the smallest among all. There are so many benefits if we are making colored oil lamp, such as it will be beautify your room, create atmosphere of calm, increase your creativity, and improve the skills of making an item.
The strengths of colored oil lamp don't need power supply, don't cost that much, tools or materials are easily to found, and the weaknesses are the light is not so bright, not durable, and easily damaged. Okay, that is all from us, and now we are at the end of this video. Hope you like it, enjoy it, and learn something from the experiment of making the colored oil lamp. Thank you. Bye bye.